Keep those stalkers alive.
Oh yeah. Maybe if they can turn into broodlords somehow. Paul, I still need you to send drones up. You have 5 drones mining a mineral patch that has 5 minerals in it. And now it's gone.
It's
So,
not looking good.
no. You're in pretty dire straits economically. And if you had tower control, you would see that he has secured the gold base, and he's looking pretty strong right now. He's maxed with a Stalker, Immortal, Colossus, High Templar, Zealot army.
That's a good mix.
Yeah,
I think he'll probably win.
Pretty good mix. I think you got this though.
Man, look at all those
corruptors are really going to pay off.
Oh yeah, cats are producing. That's right. That's right. Run. That's not good. We'll run now.
Now your corruptors could actually stick around and kind of fight a little bit. Well, they are armored. They do live quite a long time against stalkers. Look, dude. Please pay attention, Paul.
To what?
What is he sacrificing the Colossi?
Oh yeah, that's the fear, man. See, you just gotta make them afraid that you know what the fuck you're doing, and you. Yeah.
If I were you, I would be making hydras after seeing that. There you go. Storm those zealots. Alright, yeah. A good concave here and you've got a chance, Paul. It's an okay concave. Yeah, good Paul! There are the hydras. You don't want them in front, though. You don't want the hydras in front, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Corruptor counterattack, if only they could shoot down. I think that's all she wrote, my friend.
Well, he is Master League and I am Gold, so take solace in that.
That's not okay with me, because you had this game... excuse me, you had this game won, had you stretched a little bit there. So, a Corruptor costs 150 minerals and 100 gas. You made 12 Corruptors. This could have just as easily been 24 Hydras or Roaches. And
that would have been good.
And if you had attacked right behind it, as soon as they popped out, I think you would have won the whole game.
Decision making aside, I honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the biggest mistakes again was I lost the vision, and then I was kind of playing dark.
Yep. Yep. And I mean, you said it perfectly. You're playing blind. You're guessing. If you're a general in the Civil War, and you base your tactical decisions off of nothing, then you might guess right on occasion, and then occasionally it might turn out like Gettysburg.
Well, I tell you one thing: if I was in the Civil War, I wouldn't line my douchebags up in one single line and just trade muzzle shots. But whatever, that's neither here nor there.
Indeed.
Okay, so to summarize, need better map vision and don't spend 4,000 minerals and 3,000 gas on corruptors needlessly.
Yeah.
I wonder why he sent those frickin' Colossus. That must have been a misclick or something.
I think he was just BMing you, to be honest.
Oh well, that's just rude.
So, all right, Paul. Well, I'm gonna play this one for you.
Okay.
I know that you can beat this guy. I am 100% certain that you can win. So I'm gonna go through it once, and we're gonna talk all about the decisions that are being made throughout the course of this game. And you're gonna ask me questions, and I'm gonna answer those questions, and that's that. All right.
So you're gonna go speed lane, or you're gonna go?
I'm gonna go speedling. You've kind of displayed an inclination to go speedling. I like going speedling. Speedling is good. And when we talked with In Control last night, he said speedling actually, in his opinion, gives the most versatility to Zerg in the early game. So, you know, I trust Jeff to give us good advice most of the time.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Don't forget your Overlord. You don't want to get supply blocked. It's a pro tip for you.
I'll try to remember this 9 Overlord.
We require more minerals.
I still miss Overlords occasionally. More than occasionally. Quite often. Far more often than I should be okay with.
More minerals.
Did I have enough drones last game?
You did better. But, again, there was a couple times when we said, Paul, make drones. And you didn't.
Yeah.
And, actually, there was one really important time where you could have made a round of drones and you would have been saturated. But instead you made 14 roaches. So instead of having 70 drones, you had like 55. One of the nice things about Speedling Expand is you're basically always going to have your hatchery on time. If you just plan to go Speedlings, you'll have lings out in time to deal with any pylon shenanigans.
Yeah. And then it's also good for Terran to work on the bunker, right?
Yep. But I definitely think hatch first is better.
At 15?
That's what I would like to do. You might actually just let me have this hatchery, which I will take. I don't know where I'm sending this overboard. This is kind of silly. Pulling drones at 100. .22 is an overlord timing. Remember, Paul?
That's right. And I believe from my notes on our very first session, you said that if you don't overlord at 22, you lose. But that was ZVZ.
Yeah, in ZvZ it can be game ending. Absolutely. Transfer some drones down to the expo. I see a stalker. So this is making me think that he wants to do some sort of cheesy 4-gate opening.
Our forces are under attack.
Picks off my ling. I'm going to build an extra overlord. I'm going to sack an overlord so I can see if he is 4-gating me.
Is that generally around a 30 supply that you want to sack?
Between 5 and 6 minutes is what I tell people.
Okay.
And I see stalkers coming, so I'm making lots of zerglings. Now with this army donation, he has given me full map control. Put guys back in gas. Remake the overlord that I lost to that sacrifice. Take this free pylon. So it turns out he wasn't foregating, was he?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Well, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't look like a foregate at this point. I will take my tower control.
Let's just put it this way: if it was a 4-gate, it's not the best I've ever seen. You can probably sip on your noodles for a minute, get some sodium.
Well, that's kind of my point. He fucked up, and so now I'm at just like this tremendous advantage. I made these Zerglings. He forced me to invest in these lings, but now I've got so much map control that it's going to be really difficult. I hear somebody that sounds very unhappy, Paul.
Yeah, daycare is closed today.
Alright, so he just pushed down to take his expansion, which is fine with me. We're torn on time. Second gas, third gas.
That little bastard's 5 months old, though. I think he should be ready for kindergarten. You know, daycare costs me $300 a week. That sucks.
That's pretty sick.
For a 5-month-old, what's he do? He shits and he sleeps. Anyway, see, this is the case where I would have kept pressing, but you think it's better when you have the map control to macro up for a little bit against Protoss?
Why would I press him right now?
I don't know, I just get anxious. I'm not saying you should, I'm saying that's what I would do.
I mean, I can't kill him. He's got zealots and sentries. I mean, it's going to be... It would require a fantastic screw-up on his end for me to be able to win with lings at this point.
Yeah, but with your micro, couldn't you, dominate?
Maybe, but why?
I'm just teasing.
Why would I want to go like even if I'm 90% certain that I can win with Zerglings? Why would I want to risk that 10% chance of screwing up when I can just build on my lead and be 100% certain that I'll win in 5 minutes?
I don't know, I'd just be worried you're going to start missing injections and getting your queen energy too high.
It's possible. It's certainly possible.
I gotta find the smallest thing to nitpick after you find obvious ones with me.
Please do. I mean, there's plenty of holes in my game that you could easily point out.
So, you're still pretty much a fan of not going after the gold on this map, right? For your third?
Yeah.
Even with map control?
Well, with this much map control, especially after having Cats on the show, if you haven't seen that session, I recommend it.
No, I have, and that's why I was asking about it.
I think things like that can be more viable than other folks care to admit.
Okay.
Notice I have my Evo chambers coming up, so I can start my upgrades. And I just lost tower control, so let's take it back. Oh, fuck! DTs? That's cute.
Well, they're not Christmas cards. Of course, he's breakdancing with him instead of attacking anything.
No, I can just burrow, it's not a big deal.
Spectators were convinced that that was going to rape you.
Yeah? Now, it turns out Burrow's pretty good.
Well, the silver lining is that he forced an overseer. Ooh.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's funny.
Wow. Some people are so bad.
Well, I shouldn't really be talking, but...
The silver lining for me is that he still hasn't taken his third. He's using DTs to hold the towers. And when Overlord speed finishes, I'm just going to roll over him with a much, much larger army than he has.
We require more minerals.
I this, you know, for Overlord speed to finish, I would probably want to start it.